She walked into the gym like any other new girl, ponytail high, oversized hoodie, and the kind of quiet confidence that made people underestimate her. They whispered, they laughed. Probably another influencer, someone muttered. But what they didn't know was that beneath that hoodie hid the kind of scars, stories, and strength that could command a SEAL team into the deadliest corners of the world. And it would take just one accident, one towel slipping from her neck, to reveal the truth. Hey warriors, welcome back to her Mission Diaries, the channel where real stories of courage, resilience, and hidden strength come alive. If you believe that heroes can look like anyone, anywhere, take a second to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss stories that remind you what true strength looks like. Now, let's begin. The rain poured over Coronado that morning, washing the city streets clean while the sun tried to peek through the clouds. Inside the base gym, laughter echoed off the concrete walls, the kind of laughter that came from people who thought they'd seen it all. The door creaked open and in walked a woman, tall, lean, with quiet eyes that scanned the room before she spoke a single word. "Mind if I train here?" she asked. To them, she was just another face. Another recruit maybe, or worse, one of those new civilian trainers who came and went. She didn't carry herself like authority, not at first glance. Her brown hair was tied back, her hoodie oversized, her posture casual. Nobody recognized the quiet steel behind her calm. She picked a corner, laid down her gear, and began warming up. Simple stretches, breathing steady. A few of the guys chuckled as she reached for the weighted ropes. "You sure you can handle those?" one of them asked. She didn't reply, she just started moving. The ropes cracked like thunder. Within seconds, the gym fell silent. Every motion was precise, efficient, almost too controlled. The kind of discipline that came from years of pushing beyond limits. Sweat rolled down her temple as her muscles flexed, every swing fueled by something deeper than vanity. By the time she stopped, even the trainers were staring. But she didn't notice. She just wiped her face with a towel, quiet as ever, and walked to the next station. Then, as she bent to pick up a barbell, her towel slipped, falling to the floor with a faint clang. And that's when it happened. Dangling from her neck was a set of dog tags, silver, scratched, and unmistakable. The room froze. One of the men leaned closer, reading the engraving aloud. "Commander Ava Cole, United States Navy SEAL." Every breath seemed to stop. The weight of her title hit harder than any punch. There were only a handful of female SEALs in history, and she wasn't just one of them. She was the commander, the one whose missions were whispered about but never confirmed. She looked up, eyes sharp but calm. "You done staring?" she asked softly. Then, with a small smile, "If you're done judging, maybe you'll learn something about what strength really looks like." The laughter that had filled the room earlier never returned. But something else did. Respect. The next day, the same men who doubted her showed up early. Some asked to train beside her, others just watched, curious, maybe humbled. Ava didn't say much. She didn't need to. Her presence spoke for itself. But inside her, memories flickered like old film reels. The brothers she'd lost, the cold nights in enemy territory, the sound of a promise she made long ago, to never stop serving, no matter what form that service took. This gym wasn't a battlefield, but in a way, it was. Every person there was fighting something, their own limits, their past, their fears. Ava saw it in their faces, so she stayed. One morning, a young recruit approached her hesitantly. "Ma'am, you were really a SEAL commander?" Ava smiled faintly. "Still am. The title doesn't fade. But right now, I'm just someone trying to make sure you don't give up on yourself." From that day on, she trained them, not just in form or fitness, but in discipline, in courage. She taught them what it meant to stand when everything else told you to fall. Word spread fast, and before long, she wasn't just another new face anymore. She was the commander in the hoodie. One evening, as the sun dipped low, Ava stood by the beach, watching the waves crash against the shore. A group of trainees ran by, shouting, "For the commander!" She smiled, not because she needed the recognition, but because she knew something powerful. Strength doesn't shout, it shows. She picked up the towel from around her neck, the same one that had fallen that first day, and whispered, "Mission never ends, and maybe that's the truth for all of us. You don't need a uniform or medals or a rank to lead. Sometimes your quiet persistence is the loudest proof of your power. So, if this story moved you, if it reminded you that there's more behind every face than what meets the eye, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to her Mission Diaries, and share this story with someone who needs to remember their own strength. Because heroes, they walk among us quietly, powerfully, and often in plain sight.